107.9 CDY. This is Cadillac Unscripted. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Katy.
We have some of our superstar community members in the studio with us today. Dancing with the Y Stars is this evening. It is the community's premier event. Special year because we're bouncing back after COVID. We've got a full cast of dancers, choreographers, and in the studio today we have Rachel and Kayla and Sally and Whitney. Okay, and Whitney, you're a choreographer, aren't you? So we've got everybody. We've got 2 dancers, 1 judge, and 1 choreographer. Sally, as a judge, you've got years and years of theater experience. What are you looking for from your dancers?
I think most importantly, I want to see them having a great time. They need to be having fun, and you can tell that by the smiles on their faces and the energy that they're putting into the dance. And having watched this for 11 years, I think this is the 11th or 12th Dancing with the Y Stars, and everybody comes well prepared for the performance because I think there's that excitement and nervousness that hits them all the night of the performance.
You use the word nervousness. Ladies, tell us about how you're feeling right now.
Terrified.
Terrified, okay.
So we had our first dance practice at the WEX last night with the stage and the lights and all the things. And I walked in and I was like, nope. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do this anymore. Whitney was like, you are not leaving.
Well, okay, so Sally, let's go back to that, to stage fright and jitters and nerves. What advice do you have for dancers to settle that down and settle them down?
I think probably it's always good to be just a little bit nervous, and it's always good to be a little excited. It's when it goes beyond the little bit of nervousness and you worry and fret and all that. You need to understand, too, that the whole audience is pulling for you.
Yeah.
They're just so excited, too, that you're there. They're pleased to be able to watch you. They're pleased to see the differences in all the dances that everyone does. And so it's all right to be a little nervous. It's okay. But most of all, it's just important to be confident in yourself and know that you're just entertaining people, and they like to be entertained. So just go with it.
Absolutely. Your fabulous husband won the event in 2012.
He did. No one was more surprised than he.
Exactly. And I remember interviewing Pat afterwards, and he was seriously winded. And of course, he was one of my best friends. So I was teasing him a little bit, putting the mic right up in his face. He goes, you know what I mean, type thing. But if these ladies make it to the second round, what advice would you have for them in terms of that second set of nerves, jitters, and stamina?
No, everyone I've talked to who's performed a second time says they just let it all go. They do everything that they felt that they wanted to do, and they just let it go and have the best time ever if they get to do it a second time.
And I will say, as someone who doesn't want to dance, I don't have the nerves. I just don't have the courage to do it. And I think
I find that just amazing. But go ahead.
But
I was thinking too.
As I watch, I mean, I'm always just in awe of the dancers, of the commitment that in the time that you've put in it, the creativity, and just you're very brave to do this and dance in front of all these people, aren't they, Whitney?
Extremely brave. I would be very nervous, and I've been dancing for 25 years. So, I mean, I was actually blown away when they came into the first rehearsal, how just gung-ho they were. I give them anything, and they just tackle it. So I love that about them.
Okay. Awesome. So, ladies, tell us a little bit about how you picked your dance. And is it a secret what your dance is?
Well, kind of.
Okay.
So it will be revealed later tonight.
Okay.
But my partner, Keenan, said, I'll only dance if we can do this one song.
Oh.
So that's how we picked our dance.
Okay. And how did you pick your costumes?
Based off of the music video for this dance. We kind of theme-lined it with that. And went to it. It's a little folky. It's different. We're really excited to bring it to Dancing with the Stars. I've been to the event as a spectator almost every year, and I've never seen anything like this one.
Really? So it's
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yes, that's right. 'Cause
I
we're used
know.
to seeing. Yeah, we're used to kind of seeing a polka. You know what I mean? So, Rachel, tell us a little bit about your experience with this and your costuming and your dance and your partner.
I have been so blessed because I have the best partner and the best choreographer.
Okay.
We joke because it's hard to get us to stop talking and actually practice because I say it's our group therapy sessions. But I just love them and they've been wonderful. And for something that I never thought that I could do, I am so glad we did it. Mm-hmm. And we have all just jived so easily that it's made it just that much more special. So.
Awesome. Do you feel like you grew as a person?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is something I would have never done before. Ever.
Was your partner a friend before or no?
So we're both chamber ambassadors.
Okay.
So we knew each other a little bit and we used to, cause a little bit of mischief at the meetings too. So it helps that we had that chemistry already.
Why do I feel like Pat was involved with this? Did he recruit you?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You couldn't say no to the man, could you, Sally?
So no, you don't say no to him. No.
You don't say no to him. I just remember the year that he did this, it was the second year of Dance of the Wise Stars, and he won. And so he went to the postmortem after it
Yes.
to where everybody discusses what went right and what went wrong. And he had a list.
Oh, my.
And he went through his list about the stage is too far at one end of the room. It needs to be put in the middle. You need to have spotlight operators. He just went through all of this stuff, and he finished, and they kind of looked at him and said, "So do you want to produce this?"
Oh.
And he said, "Yep, I do." And that's how it all began. In addition to that, Dan Smith, who was the original director of the Y, was always in the United Way's murder mystery. Mm-hmm. And so Pat felt that he needed to give back to the Y with his volunteer time because Dan gave so much time to United Way.
They were really a powerful team.
Yes, they were.
I mean, don't bet against those two. We miss them both dearly. Whitney, as a choreographer, can you tell us a little bit about what it took to motivate your dancers and how much time you spent with them?
I don't know if I really had to motivate them, but we rehearsed twice a week since June. Okay. Every week. They were very dedicated. I was not anticipating that, to be honest with you. It was a little more time than I thought, but I actually look forward to practice because I knew they were going to give me 100%. Even if it wasn't in their dancing, they gave me 100% every week, and I just look forward to it and had so much fun. And I don't say I have to motivate them. They were very nervous, and to get Rachel out of her shell, because she's actually a very natural dancer. Okay. She doesn't think so, but she's flexible. Like if she had classes, she would be good. So I just had to get her out of her uncomfortableness. But after that, they did great.
So she's not good on this?
What?
So Whitney, if we've got folks out in our listening audience that are flirting with the idea of maybe throwing their hat in the ring, what advice would you give
just
them?
Do it.
Do it.
You'll have so much fun. So I actually, I've been asked in the past to choreograph, and I said no, I don't think that's for me. Okay. And then I kind of just this year I got talked into it, and I'm so glad I did it. I wish I would have did it earlier.
Uh-huh. So we've got you hooked.
Yeah,
we're gonna get you back.
I want the same couple.
Doesn't work like that, Whitney.
I'm not doing it again.
I do need to throw a shout out to all of you as a thank you from the community. This is the Y's largest fundraiser, and the Y can provide programming that's critical to the community because of you people. And I think it's important for our listeners to know the time commitment, not just the expensive costumes and the expensive gas and fuel to get to your rehearsals, but also your time is worth a lot. So just a shout out to you guys for that.
And I believe this is probably the biggest fundraiser in town, too.
Mm-hmm. I do believe so.
And it brings in, I think, the most people as well.
Well, and Mike Kelso uses it also as an opportunity to spotlight things that the Y is doing. For example, There's water safety that happens in Missaukee County as a result of Y programming, and it came after a child drowned in Lake Missaukee. And so the Y reacted to that, and all of a sudden swimming lessons became more critical and water awareness, and that was all funded by this event too. So, we're all having a good time, but I think we should remember, it's going to be probably over $50,000, I would say, is raised. Tickets are $85 a piece. I believe the event is sold out. Is that what we're hearing? Sold out.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's incredible.
definitely.
In a time when fuel and fuel costs have skyrocketed, people have budgeted for this because it's important. It's also a big night out for couples. So I know several couples who've hired babysitters, and they're going to dinner ahead of time, and they're getting all duded up and everything else. So, Sally, you transitioned from running the green room, and she was pretty militant about that, ladies.
The backstage, stage managing.
Stage managing.
She was just talking to us about that.
Okay, and to judging. Sally, tell our audience a little bit about expectations in the green room and running a tight ship back there.
Well, it's really interesting because they asked me to be a judge several years ago, and Pat wouldn't let me leave as stage manager. And so I was really excited when they asked me to be a judge this year because I didn't want to continue in the same role that I would have connected with him all the time. But backstage is a zoo, and everybody is excited and nervous, as we've talked about, and they're loud. They're really loud. They're very, very loud. And I have.
She didn't say obnoxious. She just said loud.
And part of it's like herding cats, and part of my job is to keep everybody quiet and calm and get in order the way they needed to. Heather Brannon from our Footlighters group, who's a fabulous stage manager, has taken over and has stage managed it last year and this year, and she does an excellent job. And there is food backstage, so they can eat a little something and calm down.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, snacky kinds of stuff. But one of the most important things, I just stress it all the time, is don't drink. Don't have any alcohol beforehand, because people are paying to come to this. They need to see you at your very best.
Yes, absolutely. And the other thing that I will tell you, and Sally coaches to this in theater productions too, is too much is not enough.
Yeah.
Too much is not enough. People are coming to be entertained. And so, like she said, they're cheering you on. They want to see your very best. There isn't anybody who's going, I hope someone falls flat on their face. No, that's not happening.
Right.
And it's very true. If you go beyond what you think is the peak, if you make it bigger than you think it should be, you're probably just about right.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
So, Kayla, when you talk about your nerves and feeling anxious, what's the number one thing that makes you nervous about it? Is it just being in front of all those people?
I don't even know. I keep telling myself, just smile. Like in my head, I'm not worried about missing my steps. I think I'm worried more about making sure I'm completely present. Just like Sally said, the stage presence, and that's the biggest thing that I keep telling myself. I have the steps. Keenan and I have practiced, but just making sure that we're there and big enough.
Right.
One of the things that I always say, because I'd done coaching before this, as well as working as stage manager, one of the things I always said, if you're going to make a hand motion, make it big and powerful, because a lot of times the people aren't even looking at your feet. They're really looking at everything pretty much from knees up and watching your face and your arms and your hands and how you relate to your partner and the experience that you're sharing while you're on stage. I think the performers sometimes forget that they need to look like they're having a good time.
With one another.
Yeah.
With one another.
Yeah.
Rachel, tell me about your partner and the relationship and friendship that's been built.
So my partner is Derek Eargood, State Farm Insurance. You want to make sure I plugged that in.
Yeah,
there.
absolutely. Good job.
He loves to talk. He's the one that would be here talking your ear off. You'd be like, Derek, we have to go now. Like, you've said enough.
Okay.
So I love that about him, and I'm sad that he couldn't be in my position right now. But no, he's been wonderful. Anything Whitney and I have wanted, he's like, yeah, you guys just tell me what to do, tell me what to wear, tell me how to act, tell me how to be. He's so easygoing.
Is he a good dancer?
He is fun. He is super fun. It's
Good personality.
yes.
Okay, good personality.
Oh yeah, and he has way better hair than I do. So
Oh, that's so funny.
All of us.
I'm kind of jealous.
So how did you choose? I know it's a secret, the big reveal with your costumes, but how did you choose your costume?
Whitney did, really. When we came up with the songs that we were going to do, which that came on, I was on a boat one day, and a song came on, and we were having fun, and somebody was like, oh my gosh, that would be so fun to dance to. And so then I text Whitney. But so the theme of that really is how we picked everything, the costumes and
Okay.
yeah.
I want to throw it to Whitney because it's a first-time choreographer here. We got. What did you learn about yourself in the process?
Oh, I will say this really put me outside my comfort zone because
Okay.
whenever I choreograph, it's for dancers. So just thinking kind of outside the box and not my normal what I would do just because they have no training. And just even explaining it was hard for me at first because they don't know the terms. So
Do you do the motion for them, Whitney, and then they mimic?
yes,
Okay.
yes, and then I kind of show them what I want, and then give or take because I'm only one person. I actually brought my daughter in to help me.
Did you? Okay.
She was my partner.
I also want to mention I know that having an audience on four sides of the stage
Yes.
is something a lot of choreographers have issues
That
with.
was a challenge for me. I've never had to choreograph for all the way around.
Right.
And I did tell him, like, we're asking you to do more than what we'd ask our dancers to do because you don't ever have to dance all the way around. But I just told him everywhere you look, you're performing. So, and if you're having fun, the audience will have fun.
Now you're talking. That is exactly right, ladies. It really is. If they think you're having a good time, you'll see them smile. Too. Kayla, what did you learn about yourself in this process?
Oh gosh. I guess honestly, it's been a really crazy season. I'm getting married in December too.
Congratulations.
So
Awesome.
I guess really just handling more than what I thought I could. At first when Mike asked me, I was like, I just don't know that I can do that.
Really?
I don't know that I can add that, but it's been a lot of fun. I really wanted to be able to give back to the community, and really, I know so many people, and some of my family has benefited from some of those programs from the Y. So I really wanted to be able to do that. Not sure about dancing in front of 800 people, but
Yes.
I'm gonna do my best.
Yes. I can't wait to see you. Rachel, what did you learn about yourself?
Oh, very similar, I guess, to what Kayla said. Like, I did not think I could fit this in with everything else we all have going on in life. And literally today I was thinking that. I'm like, we're always like, okay, when things calm down, I'll do this. When things, I don't think they do. I think we just have to figure out how to fit those things in because it is important. So I just, realizing how much I can actually handle without,
Without breaking.
crying.
Yes. I know that it's a competitive environment that you're all in, but are you friends, other dancers?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay.
I think that's been like one of the
Hardest part.
See, I think it's one of the best parts for me.
Well, it's fun, but then it's like, well, wait a second. You're my competitor. I want you to do well, but I also like to win. So,
Yeah, for sure that. But it's also been nice to know, like, be able to share the stories and share the journey with a friend.
Right.
It's been really
And no one knows
really nice.
more what it's like than another dancer.
right,
Yes.
and someone who you're close with. So that's been really a neat thing for me.
we have a couple of us that have been texting each other back and forth, like, well, how are you doing with this? How is this going? So it has been fun, but that competitive side gets me sometimes. I'm just telling you.
Well, I didn't really like that you said you're doing something that has never been done before. That made me a little nervous.
Oh, it's getting a little edgy in here,
Like-
ladies.
Okay.
So-
Whitney, we need to regroup.
Yeah. Up your game. You better up your game. Sally, will they have been bitten by the bug now? I mean, do you think that they're going to want to perform after this?
They sometimes, a lot of times it's, oh, thank God this is over. But I also know that Footlighters has pulled people in from Dance with the Wise Stars who had such a great time doing the dancing that they wondered how they can do it again in the future. And so we always tell them there is a future in Footlighters. You can, a lot of the folks who've danced in Dance with the Wise Stars were also in Mamma Mia, which was Footlighters' show last spring, and it was a spectacular show, and so the people who did Dancing with the Stars, Wise Stars, and have done theater now kind of go, okay, what's next?
Right.
What do we get to do next? So.
You know, we've had people from other communities attend Dancing with the Wise Stars and say that it's the best they've ever seen, and that is directly related to Pat's passion and dedication to making this quite a production. I mean, it's something that you could take into any city and entertain people, and so that's been a source of pride for me over the years to be involved with something that is that well done. Yeah. And I have CEOs of industry say to me, okay, who's dancing this year? You guys are like celebrities for a week right now, you know, like all eyes on you guys. And Sally has a rule, and I really think that she's onto something about not coming out in your costumes before the event, because you're going to razzle-dazzle people. You are the glitz and glamour of the Kardashians of the community, if you will, for an evening. And so when you come out in your costume, everyone's like, ooh and ah, and especially the women. You know, they just can't wait to see what you all are going to be wearing and that kind of stuff. So
Good shoes.
Oh, good shoes.
Yeah, that was the best part about buying.
Shoes?
Yeah, my outfit.
Everybody has great shoes.
Oh, everybody
Yeah.
does. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Sally, as you judge, and I know you'll always find something positive to say, are you going to be taking notes as they're dancing and then looping? How does that work?
I think I have to.
Okay.
I mean, I do oftentimes I'll go to dress rehearsals for theater, for shows and stuff, and the director will ask me to come to just take some notes of the production to hand back to them, to the performers, things that can make it a little bit better. I think I lost the question.
I just wanted to know in terms of judging.
Oh, what am I looking for?
Yes.
And so I am, the kind of thing I'm watching for is the energy, how well the steps are performed. Have you learned the steps well enough to do them and make them look like you've been doing them forever? And how you combine the steps and the body movements and the arm movements and the facial expressions and play off of your partner. All of
Chemistry.
those things are really important.
Okay. Wow. Your biggest fear, like, you know, they say, what's the worst thing that could happen? So Beth Gottschall's dress got caught in the zipper of her partner's pants one year. And I'm not kidding,
Forgotten
while
about
they
that.
were dancing. Then another year, it's just one of those, let's just get it out there. Let's just tell you these stories. Another year, and Alicia won. Alicia was sitting, she had a piece of hay in her mouth, and the song was Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. And she was sitting on Tracy Winkle's back as he was doing push-ups. That's how the dance started. And then the music flubbed up. So Tracy was doing push-ups with a woman sitting on his back, and the music got botched up, and they had to start over. And so he had to do another
all over
10
again.
push-ups
Yeah.
with Alicia sitting on it, and they won. So I always tell the cast, is just show must go on. I mean, when Beth's dress got caught in her person's zipper, I mean, the crowd went wild. She turned bright red. She's a Division I gymnast, so she knew how to handle herself, and she bounced right back and did great. So, what fear do we have out there? Let's throw it out.
So I think for me, I mean, I have a couple, but You wouldn't know it because I love people and I love being around people, but I am absolutely terrified to be in front of a group of people. So
I
there's
can
so
give
many
you
things.
a little clue to that. Because the spotlights are going to be in your face, you probably won't even see them.
That's what everybody keeps saying.
I've always thought that's a great thing performing
Yeah.
theater. So
I'm scared I'm gonna fall.
Okay. What would you say about that?
I say you make it part of the dance and you just keep going.
There you go.
She has been awesome about that because when we have messed up in practice,
keep going.
and then Derek and I are doing something goofy, and she's like, "I'm just gonna let you guys roll with it. Like, just keep going." So she's been so great and so supportive. So, but yeah, no, it's gonna be fun no matter what. But yeah, definitely, I think falling.
Okay. How about Kayla? What's
Without giving too much away, Keenan dropping me would definitely be.
I'm sorry to cackle, but that would be outrageous. Wouldn't it?
it's happened before.
We're just gonna hope he catches me.
Okay. Absolutely. We've had people dance with broken bones. Remember Brandon?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so we've seen it all, and you'll find too that the audience is empathetic. What they're thinking is, I'm so glad I don't have to do this, and these people are so great. That's what they're thinking. You know? So just know that everybody's sending you all kinds of, like Sally said, energy, really positive energy. And my advice to you too is if you have a significant other in the audience, just know where they are so that you can feel their energy, that unconditional love and support, and look out at them and just know that they got you no matter what. And at the end of the dance, they're going to be really proud of you. Okay. We always say break a leg, don't we, Sally?
Yep. Or I say break things.
Break
all the things. Or break all the things, not just the legs. Break things.
Everything.
Before they dance, protein, water, what's the regimen here?
Yeah, I'd just make sure you're really well hydrated before you get there and that you make that last trip to the bathroom before you get in line to perform. And I've seen too many people come not having eaten something, just some protein. Just put some protein in your system so you can keep going.
You know, it does get to be somewhat raucous with the crowd because they're so excited and they're so proud of their person, the person that they're voting for, and they're cheering on. So my advice to you would be play to your crowd. Know where your cheering section is. They'll go wild, and that will give you more momentum, and it'll help your confidence levels if you know where your people are. Okay. You know, give them a little of this.
Right.
You know? More.
Derek's on that part. Yeah.
And one other thing that I've told couples too is I've worked with them just to talk a little showbiz stuff with them. Don't be afraid to say something. Like if you're doing as you're dancing along and you have to go, throw your arms out and it seems natural to go, hey, or you, as you point at the other person across or to turn out to the audience when you're not doing anything and just get them clapping along with you or something. Those are the ways to really pull people into the audience. And I mean, from the audience into your performance.
They want to be a part of it.
Yes, they do.
The audience wants to be a part of it.
Not too much, though.
Not too much. They want to do the work.
Not enough, right?
Yeah. Right. Again, too much is not enough, you know? So just really, I know you girls don't think of yourselves as celebrities, but you are today. You're celebrities. So go for it. Really.
Yeah.
Right?
It is.
That's fun.
Just have a great time.
Just have fun, yes. So Whitney, I'm going to interview you after they dance. So are you going to be ready for
That's
that?
actually what I'm most nervous about.
No.
I rather dance.
When it comes to speaking in front of people, if you know what you're talking about, it just going to come easy for you. And you
I'm
know
hoping.
what you're talking about.
This is okay, but in front of 600 people, that's my biggest fear. So 800. Okay, yes.
Yeah. Well, just be glad you're not like I did to poor Pat when he had just practically run a marathon and was ready to shove the microphone in his face, and I said, just kidding, we're going to talk to her first. Anyway.
Yeah, he learned to smile with his mouth open so that he could, as he was dancing.
Yeah, that's right. Did you find, and we're going to wrap in just a minute here, but are you in better shape as a result of the dancing and the rehearsals? Kayla, I know you're a runner, so.
I'm a runner. it's a different kind of shape. I mean, it's different exercises, it's different moves, but I don't know necessarily better shape, but just a different set of muscles being used.
Probably better balance.
Hopefully.
We really hope Keenan has good balance tonight, don't we? Anyway, just so much good luck to you girls and break a leg tonight and knock them dead.
Thank you.
What advice would you give them, Sal?
Well, as I have already said, I just love it that people are doing this and having a great time. And there is a word that dancers use when they're performing to wish each other good luck, and it's merde.
Okay.
And it's Spanish, French for French. I think it's French too, for a little remark that will make the evil gods disappear.
Oh, I like that.
Gremlins go away.
Yeah,
Describe it. Whitney, we're going to close with you. What advice would you give your couple, your team, and what advice would you give the other dancers tonight?
I would give, for my couple, just to really play off each other and remember you're a team. So use them as your support, and then just have fun. Go out there and you've practiced so much. You guys are ready. Just go and have fun and do what you know to do. So, and I'll be cheering you on. Well, my couple.
Dancing with the Wise Stars is this evening. All the stars of Cadillac will be shining brightly. Good luck, ladies, and thank you so much for joining us. This has been Cadillac Unscripted at 107.9 CDY.